Hi everyone, Derapy Fantano here, the internet's silliest music bird, and it's time for a review of the ongoing feud between one bald music critic and one two-time losing UMG suing Lobry State Graham. Derapy. The Needle Drop YouTube channel is likely the single most popular music review channel on the website, run by one Anthony Fantano. Now, Fantano has recently been subjected to extremely harsh criticism, deserved, because clips resurfaced of him quoting a fellow loser YouTuber, iDub, saying the N-word followed by the F-slur. Anthony Fantano said that this person said this thing. Now, resident fridge body DJ Wackademics was at the forefront of this cancel mission towards Anthony Fantano, openly calling Fantano a racist on Twitter. None of this is surprising to me. I was a bit surprised, however, to see the artist formerly known as Drake posting an image of Anthony Fantano to his own Instagram story with loads of laughing emojis, as if Drake finds it funny that Anthony Fantano is having to deal with all this criticism for using the N-word, as if Drake doesn't hang out with a white dude that uses the N-word. Morgan Wallen, a name that I will probably never say again on this podcast, is a huge country music star who appeared in a Drake music video in 2023 and walked out with Drake at a show in Houston just 2 months ago. Yes, in the big 2025. Morgan Wallen screamed the N-word at somebody in 2021, like 4 years ago. Like, that just happened. Now look,
it's a podcast.
They're both wrong. But what I'm saying is, how do you laugh at one and you're like actually boys with the other? Like, he's in a music video with you, you're popping out at shows with him, like you're pals. Regardless, this got me thinking, how long has this Drake and Fantano feud been going on? Shockingly, it actually started with Drake.
No way.
Now, Anthony Fantano is a music reviewer. He listens to music, he forms an opinion, then he shares it online. Aubrey is a pretty popular dude, so Fantano has covered most of his music. Sometimes he enjoys it, sometimes he does not. In 2022, Fantano reviewed Drake's album, Honestly Nevermind, and instead of scoring it 1 to 10, he scored it a not good.
Yeah, this new Drake album, it's not good.
Now, a few months later, Drake would actually direct message Anthony Fantano on Instagram, and the only reason I know this is because Drake posted the messages that he sent to Anthony Fantano that Anthony Fantano didn't even respond to. He opened it up, he read it, and then he was just like, I'm not going to engage with you in that way, I don't think. Now, I don't believe it was Drake's original plan to release screenshots of his own one-sided conversation with Anthony Fantano, but the Melon, the internet's busiest music boy, did the funniest thing. He released a video on his YouTube channel saying that Drake slid into his DMs and then shared that Drake had in fact sent him a vegan cookie recipe. No, I'm not making this up.
Ingredients: 1/2 cup of coconut oil, solid but scoopable. I can do that. 1 1/4 cups of light brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 a cup of coconut milk. It's suggested you use the thicker Thai variety. That's a good idea. I didn't necessarily think of that. But any coconut milk apparently works. I mean, I'm probably going to go thicker, but I see what Drake is saying here.
I remember seeing this in 2022 and thinking to myself, wow, how thoughtful. There's no way this happened.
Yeah.
It occurred to me like, oh, okay, so maybe Drake did DM him, like he has contact with him, and maybe it's just like a teaser for some like collaboration that they have coming up. Or maybe Fantano was just down bad, rinse due, Drake is good clickbait, and he's just making something up because he's trying to be funny. I don't know. But then Drake decides to set the record straight. He's like, I would never do something like that. I need to show people the truth. So he posts the real screenshot of their real conversation to his Instagram story. It's almost as if he was baited into doing it. He would not let it stand that anybody would think that he would be sending another man a cookie recipe. Drake DMs Anthony Fantano at 12:42 a.m. and says, your existence is a light one, and the one is because you are alive, and because you somehow wifed a black girl. I'm feeling a light to decent one on your existence.
One.
Now, there are a few things wrong with this. Actually, there's a lot. It's almost 1 a.m. in the screenshot. Give or take a few hours maybe because of time zones, but you want to talk about living in someone's head rent-free, this is it. The screenshot says 12:42 a.m. Whether it's actually closer to 10 or 11 p.m. or maybe it's a little bit later, which would be even worse. Regardless, it's crazy to have the needle drop on your mind at that time. and you're so bothered, you gotta hit the man directly via IG and use his own rating system? Also, imagine Drake laying down, like horizontal, okay, firing up Safari and Googling this man's wife, this YouTube guy's wife. Extremely strange behavior. That search has to be an incognito. Like, I would not ever want to see that popping up as like a suggested research again. The whole insult is catty and petty and random and weird, and Fantano's response was nothing. Like his direct one, because it's honestly really awkward. Imagine someone being one of the biggest stars in the world. They could be doing anything, spending the night with any girl. They could be at any club. They could be on any cruise. They could be out with the boys. They could be laid up with 26 women. But instead, they're thinking about the internet's busiest music nerd and them rating your album poorly. You need to talk to somebody about this. This is not healthy. Also, I've been sitting here like for a considerable amount of time trying to understand what exactly the "and cause you somehow wifed a black girl" message means. It's like Drake is laying in his pajamas thinking about how upset he is about Anthony Fantano, and he's trying to dig up dirt on him, and he's like, well, at least his girl is black? Like, what? What are you saying? What does that mean? Also, this is the third different instance where Drake has had an issue with somebody and feels the need to mention their significant other. It's Pusha T, it's Kendrick, and it's Anthony Fantano's black woman too. At the time. Twice might be a coincidence. 3 definitely feels like a pattern. I would have respected it more if Drake would have just hit him with a DM that was just like, "You're trash, Crody." Instead, it's like, how do what do I say to him? You know what? You think my album's rated lowly? Your whole life is rated lowly. It's a 1. And the what is his girlfriend? That's a beautiful black woman. Well, you might have a nice black partner, but that's the only good thing. That's your existence is a 1. Now, I think that Fantano made a great choice by not going back and forth with Lobry State Graham in the DMs. Instead, he makes monetizable content out of it. Smart man.
Firing back, obviously an option, and a whole lot of low-hanging fruit that could have been thrown Drake's way if I wanted to, but I thought that was kind of silly, and beefing with Drake in the DMs would just be like really petty and dumb, because honestly, I'm just a reviewer. I don't know the guy personally. I don't know anything about the guy other than stuff that I've seen and I've heard on the internet.
It's so interesting. Fantano's perspective on Drake is basically, I don't know the guy, I'm just a reviewer, I'm just reviewing music. Beefing in the DMs with Drake is petty and not a good use of my time. But it is seemingly worth Drake's time, which I find strange. Drake had a child at this point. Whole ass like child that he created and is raising. Maybe go check on them. But instead, he's out here DMing YouTube critics at 1 a.m. It's also really funny how Fantano actually tried to give Drake a pass by pretending it was just a cookie recipe. And Drake was like, nah, I need the people to know how I roasted him. I called him a 1. He called my music bad. My album's a low number? You are the lowest number. And I Googled pics of your girl. Like, yeah, you really showed him. You really got him, man. This just goes to show that Drake is human. A insecure one at that. And you think it would be enough that you have millions who love you, love your music, would pay hundreds or thousands to see you, will defend you on the internet each and every day, not knowing if you'll ever see it. But that's not enough. This bald guy said my album is not good. So I need to post me telling him that I don't rate him to my Instagram so everyone knows, be honest, Crody, that I very much care about how he rates my music and it keeps me up at night. Fantano's whole I'ma just leave it be strat didn't last too long, though, to be fair. Once it was clear pretty much everyone who wasn't a Drake fan was just clowning on him for sending likely drunk, salty DMs to Fantano, he would roll around in the mud for a little bit. Not in DMs, though. On an IG Live.
I saw the DM request, and I looked at it, and yeah, it was a bit of a diss. It was a salty little DM. It was quite sad and unfortunate. A couple of things were running through my head. 1, why is Drake messaging me? I'm not 18 years of age.
So yeah, this beef started around 3 years ago, and it's still going strong, at least from Drake's end, in the big 2025. And what did we learn today? Drake is in fact worried about a critic, despite that not being protocol.
Oh, you worry about a critic, that ain't protocol.
But let me know what you think. Should artists DM critics when they're upset about reviews? Is it actually totally chill to hang out with one white dude who uses the N-word, then try to dunk on another white dude for using the N-word? Should we break down Morgan Wallen and Fantano's apology to see who had a better one? Should Aubrey continue suing? Should Fantano keep reviewing? Have you liked the video? Leave a comment with your thoughts and answers to those questions. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more beef coverage. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro by Vernie in Hell.
Who knew this simple fact could get it cracking? I'm enraptured in action, and I've officially lost my patience. Making greater music, getting fewer sleep. As long as I'm still doing, then I'm doing me. Kept the head intelligent despite the truancy. Now I'ma shake the dynamic up until my eulogy. It's a pattern, this my final quest for mindfulness. I accept my life is blessed and I'ma find success. Fuck the Dianetics, time again what I detect. If I don't see the signs, I'm vulnerable to the pyrotechnics.